Hello, this is Solomon, and we are looking at a Diplo match that SuperCrumpets played. Now, in this match, there was teaming with Kermit and Dom against SuperCrumpets. I don't think it was actual proper teaming. It was more like Dom started attacking Crumpets, and Kermit hates Crumpets for whatever reason. And like, I got screenshots where Kermit was just using very wonderful and colorful words against Crumpets during this match. It was really funny, but Kermit just sends units right across the map to attack Super Crumpets instead of trying to attack one of these two players. But that happens all the time, so that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that Super Crumpets still wins, but he also was like 6 or 9,000 behind in income at the end of the match, which is pretty like you don't see that every day. Usually a better player ends up winning because they have a superior economy, and not when they're, thousands and thousands behind. Micro does count. Let's speed this up. So yeah, pretty much secondary base 4 depot from everyone this game instead of 5 depot. Yeah, look at this, really? You send a Shulky right across at the beginning? Like, okay, now he's going away, but like, really? Why would you do that? Spiteful. Like, I mean, back when I first got back into RUSE, when I played Soviets, I would send like 2 or 3 Garvia to every player for the memes, but yeah, just sending one Shulky immediately across, that's just woke. Yeah, no, France is doing an artillery push. Some GIs come out. Like, these obviously can't push into the pan hard, but they can at least try to stop the artillery from getting closer. Well, Crumpets is already on 3 admins. France is also on 3 admins. This guy's on 4 admins. Johnny has no idea what he's doing, so. Holy shit, up here into 3. All these, a bunch of redundant jet fighters. In the Suko, whatever. Oh, MS 406, that's a. Like, just the research the advanced fighter. Like, you only build basic fighters if you're getting bomber rush, or if you need fighters right away. Otherwise, just wait 50 seconds and research the better fighters. SuperCrumpets is going Thunderbolts. If he actually needed to try, he would go Mustangs. But, like, it's basic fighters, so he's not really worried. Like, he knows he has much better air micro, so. My god, look at this triple camo. Like, that's not the worst idea, but the thing is, like, when it's late game and you have 0 ruses and the enemy has like ruses saved up for blitz and fanaticism, you're really gonna feel it. Like, a big part of FFA is saving up your ruses for later, because in the late game you're just gonna have like permanent camouflage radio silence, or like permanent double camouflage probably. So definitely want to save the ruses early when you don't need to be spending all of it. Yeah, so Kermit's obviously making very poor strategic decisions, and that he's not getting any air. He's just going per AA. And again, AA doesn't work by itself. Like, 3 bombers can wipe out. If this area is full of admins, 3 bombers could destroy all of them. 3 optimally placed bombers. So you just make 12 bombers, only 3 of them need to get through, and basically knock them out of the game. Like, AA is not going to stop it. Also, it's like really woke to not go. Oh, it's just stupid to not go air anyway in FFA, because you want paras so you can capture neutral bases when someone surrenders. But also, like the Soviets, you get the Sturmovik, which is arguably the best fighter bomber in the game, since it's cheaper than the Typhoon, even though it's slower. But there's a pretty big difference between 35 and 40 supply. Like Sturmovik's really, really good late game when you're fighting Doom stacks. So, but he never goes here. It's also really good for the super cheap Soviet recon. So you can spam recon plus heavy artillery. Crumpets goes for Priest. Again, if he was fighting a better player, I doubt he would have done this. Because Priests are garbage, or especially against air, they're garbage, and we're about to see why. But like 1 more minute. Okay, still waiting. Okay, yeah, here's why Priests are garbage. They get one shot by fighter bombers, as I'm sure you're already aware, whoever's watching this. They just lost 2 Priests. Like, those are 35 supply. Guppies are only 20 supply. Like, just think Persians. Or honestly, this is actually, literally, just go prototype base to make Calliops. Or honestly, maybe even M40s. Actually, not fucking 40s. Those are good Calliops, actually. Oh my god, this is so much AA. Like, this is so much money on AA. So wait, 4, 8, 11, 18, 24, 30, 34, 38, 49, 54, 57, 60, 680 supply. Wait, I count these ones? 68, 12. So 700 supply in AA guns. Just make some air. Holy shit. AA doesn't do anything by itself. Like, you need an absolute, you need like fucking 2000 A to maybe do something. Even then, you only need like 3 bombers to get through. Like 3 bombers and 1 recon plane to get through. If you have like 30 bombers and 20 recon planes, it's gonna get through. Like, even a ridiculous amount of AA, since there's this ever so slight amount of lag when they're switching targets, they still do the damage fast enough. Like, literally, this time it takes for the shell to travel from the ground and hit the aircraft. So yeah, Kermit is at least going IS-3s instead of IS-2, SU-100. But Crumpets plays Fanaticism. Thunderbolts are helping. And like, honestly, I think Kermit's overconfident because he's failing on micro. Also, let's look at income. Crumpets has like half the number of admins Kermit has. But these IS-3s are approaching in a very staggered fashion, so he's actually killing a lot of them. Same over here. The IS-3s are coming in way too staggered. Again, very staggered approach, but Kermit's just starting to brute force his way through. Well, actually, no, he's getting forced back right now. He built Katyushas, which is completely idiotic to build heavy artillery. So yeah, all these units just end up dying. But Crumpets doesn't have enough super urges over here. Johnny Wayne has barely any admins. He's, yeah, clearly an inexperienced player. We're about to see why Thunderbolts are awful because they cost 30 supply, and we're about to see how little damage they do. So they killed 3 recon and panicked 4 IS-3s. And this is like, what? Let me think, like 500 supply of Thunderbolts. Or maybe more like 450 supply. I don't know. Crumpets repositions. I mean, although you do have to remember, Super Persians are so good. Like, honestly, I think Super Persians might be more effective pound for pound in terms of supply usage. Nice threes. Even though it's not going to be that much more, IS3s are still really good. Because at least they're 30 speed, so they're actually a little mobile and like other super heavies. Okay, so now, yeah, also Super Young says the artillery. Like, this is another big thing about Colonel. He doesn't have air, which is huge. Like, he just doesn't understand. Second thing, he doesn't have, like, late game is really important on the heavy artillery because it lets you punish when the enemy forgets the camo for like a split second, but it also lets you hit production, which is why this is a huge vulnerability, this particular strategy. When you go super heavy on the admins and less on production, and you just put your production outside your main base, like heavy artillery is just gonna kill your production, or you're gonna be forced to spend very, very valuable ruses on camo. Then what we spend on blitz or fanaticism, which is really not good. Especially if IS3s and like Soviet proto bases are 140, like just it's so huge of you losing Soviet proto bases. Germany decides to make a push over here. A mouse. He runs away. Or is he reforming, I think? Some divide and conquer, even though Crumpets didn't do the dividing here, the enemy did the dividing here, so Crumpets just exploited it and destroyed the stack. I mean, so Kermit still has a lot of production, but it's only because he doesn't have airfields, which again is like it's basically a fatal weakness against someone who's exploiting their air. Like Crumpets is being forced to spend all his money on fighter bombers and Persians. Choke point right here, so ISTs are forcing their way through. Both these situations are dangerous since Crumpets has 0 armor bases right here. Like his closest Persians are going to be coming from right here. Like Persians are fast, but it's still uncomfortably far away position to be reinforcing from. So these units could just blitz through this area. Although I doubt he even has blitz since he was spinning camo over here earlier to stop the artillery. Meanwhile, Crumpets has to go through this really big choke point, which is not good. Like if he had fanaticism, he probably could have maybe broke through here. At least done a lot of damage. Kills an admin. Kills a prola base. Yeah, and the lack of AAs. Like Thunderbolts are doing like spaghetti damage, but the lack of AA is becoming important. Like so many Thunderbolts. Okay, shit. Yeah, so well, this shouldn't have happened first of all. I mean, that's difficult. Like Kermit was gonna have to lose all of this. Well, first of all, Kermit should have like won the game like 10 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago, but he's bad. But second of all, in this situation, like he should have been able to stop his force from crossing the bridge. At least in force. Like he should have been killing all of them as they were crossing, but he wasn't set up for whatever reason. Yeah, now his lack of production is actually starting to become apparent. Like these are slow IS3s. Like he's not making a lot of them. He's trying to spam up RDF for some reason. He had Sturmovix, that could be really useful here. But he doesn't. Yeah, now long toms are just killing all of this. The current just threw away so many IS-3s unnecessarily, like just of poor positioning in micro. So at this point, it's basically impossible for Crumpets to lose since Kermit's too far behind on production, and he has no air, so he can't stop the recon. Like, literally 10 yaks will get rid of this. Okay, 10 Stormovix will get rid of this. Germany. That's funny. Well, now Germany's switching their attention to SuperCrumpets, but like he just has too many Thunderbolts. He's actually bringing out the Mustangs now because of the jet fighters. This guy surrenders for whatever reason. Maybe he got bored. Or maybe he realized he was losing. Like, again, only one recon needs to get through. And he only needs like 2 seconds to start firing his artillery. And again, Kermit doesn't have air, so he can't contest this para drop at all. Okay, so let's look in the mid. So I guess we're doing some final pushes. Like, CSUs are not that good late game. Like, they're good early and mid, not so much late, because it's level 2 armor. And their mobility doesn't usually matter that much during late game, unlike early mid, where it tends to be a little bit more important. Like, here comes a push, but like, yeah, it's just not enough. And this stack gets obliterated by Thunderbolts. Yeah, okay, yeah, SuperCrumpets at 6,000 less income. And we have to remember at the end, Crumpets probably got a ton of income from a lot of admins he captured. It's like he was fighting from a huge economic disadvantage. Look at Kermit's losses, like holy shit. And that's not just admin losses. Like his prolo base losses is 13,000, and he only has 9,600 kills from the prolo base. Anyway, that is the end of this video.